I'm Kiki from Funki and I'll be your guest tutor for today. Massive thank you to Joel for inviting me on. I'm super excited to be here. I'll leave the link to my channel in the description below along with all my social links too. For today's Let's Draw tutorial, we'll be completing this first part illustration. The second animated part will be live next week, so please do keep an eye out for that. I popped the brush set and colour palette link in the description below. You will need a canvas size of 2000 by 2000 pixels at 300 dpi. And when you're ready, let's draw. Once you've created your canvas, we're just going to take 2 fingers and pinch to make it a little bit smaller so that we can see the 4 corners of our canvas clearly. We're going to go over and head to our colour palette. We're going to choose the first colour and we're going to drag and drop that onto our canvas. We are then going to go to our layers and create a new layer. Go back to our colour palette and we're going to use this second colour here. We're going to go over to our S-shaped ribbon with rectangle and colour fill turned on. And we're just going to drop some colour at the top half of our canvas, just a little bit above the halfway mark. Then tap when you're done. Let's go back to our colour palette. We're going to choose the third colour and we're going to do the same thing, but just underneath that top dark section and drop that purple in. Tap when you're done. Let's go back to our colour palette and we're going to do the same thing with the pink, S-shaped ribbon, and then drop in some pink as well and tap when you're done. We're going to go over to our adjustments. We want to choose Gaussian blur. And then we're going to slide our pencil from left to right until we get to 60% and then tap when you're done. Let's go back to our layers and we can actually pinch those 2 layers together and create a new layer by tapping the plus sign. Go back to our colour palette and we're going to choose a second colour. We're going to go over to our brush set that I provided and we want the city skyline stamp. And I've got the size here set at 22%. And then we're just going to tap on our canvas. And with the arrow tool, we're just going to drag it down, right down to the bottom of our canvas and place it in the vertical center. You'll see that orange line running down the middle of your canvas. Now, as you can see, we've got gaps either side and we don't really want that. So we are going to just grab this node and then stretch it out until it goes just a little bit outside your canvas. Let's do the same thing with this side. And then let's just make sure that our stamp is sitting in the center, which it is. And then we can tap the arrow when we're done. We are then going to create a new layer. We're going to go back to our color palette and we're going to choose this color here. Let's go back to our brush set. Now I have actually created a brush called Windows, and I'll just give you a little demo on how to use it. So if you just drag your pencil down, hold it in place, tap one finger on the screen, and then you can actually adjust the spacing in between your windows. But for now and for ease, I've created a stamp. So we're going to select this one and we're going to just tap on the screen. We're going to go over to our arrow tool. And we're just going to drag this over here, make it a little bit bigger, and then pop it somewhat in the middle of that building. And then tap when you're done. We are going to create a new layer, and we're going to tap on the screen again. We're going to go to our arrow tool, and then we're going to place this one just here. And then tap when you're done. We're going to create another new layer. And we're going to tap on the screen again and we're going to drag this one down so it can sit in our middle tower like so, and then tap when you're done. We can then go and pinch those layers together for the windows. And what we're going to do is actually activate a layer mask. So we're going to tap on our layer and select mask. Now, whatever we paint in black on our layer mask will hide what's on layer 3. And then in reverse, if you want to reveal, you can just colour it back in white. So we're just going to go to our colour wheel and we're just going to double tap here at the bottom of the wheel to choose true black. We're going to go over to our S-shaped ribbon and with rectangle and colour fill turned on, we're just going to go ahead and switch some lights off essentially, so we can zoom in to be more accurate. And we're just literally carefully going to select a few windows that we're going to choose to turn off. And then we're going to do it again over here. Just picking some random windows. There isn't any right or wrong. You can just choose a few at a time, or you can grab 2 at a time, or 1 at a time, just to give our buildings some interest. And then you can tap this shape ribbon when you're done. Now, if like me, you've got a little bit left here, you can just go back to your shape ribbon and then just select that, and then it will hide it. And then once you're actually happy with how many windows you've turned off, you can actually merge those 2 layers together. We can then create a new layer, and we're going to drag it below our building so it's sitting on top of layer 1. We're going to go to our colour palette, and we're going to choose this colour here. Go to our brush set and choose the monoline brush, and it really doesn't matter what size we've got it here. We just want to draw in our moon, so we're going to draw a circle, hold your pen in place and tap 1 finger on the screen to make it a perfect circle. We're going to grab our colour and fill it. Let's go over to our arrow tool with uniform and snapping turned on, and just make it a little bit smaller, and then we're just going to bring that down so our moon sits, I'll make it a little bit bigger, sits in the centre of our canvas. And that sort of position is great. We're then going to go to our layers, we're going to swipe to the left and duplicate. We're going to go to the bottom one, and we go to our adjustments, Gaussian blur, and then we're going to slide our pencil from left to right until we get to around the 20% mark, and then tap when you're done. Let's go back to our layers, and we can actually pinch those 2 together. Let's go ahead and create a new layer. And now we're going to add in our pixelated aliens. So let's go and choose the correct colour. Let's go and choose this green. Let's go back to our brush set, and we're going to choose the pixelated alien stamp. Well, it's actually a brush. I'll show you how to use it. You've got the size set to 5%, and you just want to swipe your pencil to the right and then tap when you're done. Again, you can adjust the spacing. I'm going to leave mine roughly that sort of size. We're then going to go into our layers, slide to the left and duplicate. I'm going to go to our arrow tool in uniform and with snapping turned on. We're just going to drag that down. And then you should see some blue lines, and then you know that you're aligned with the top layer. And you can tap when you're done. Let's go ahead and pinch those 2 layers together. Swipe to the left and duplicate. Go to our arrow, uniform and snapping turned on, and we are just going to bring that down and align that with the top 2 rows, and tap when you're done. And go to our layers, we're going to merge those together. We're going to tap on it and alpha lock it. And now we're just going to fill in each row with the correct colour. So the top one will be green, and the next one will be blue, so we're going to choose this one. We're going to go to our S-shaped ribbon with rectangle and colour fill turned on, and then just carefully select that row, and that will drop the colour in. Tap when you're done. We are then going to go to the purple, S-shaped ribbon, rectangle and colour fill turned on, and then we're going to do the same for this row. Tap when you're done, and then the last one will be this pinkish colour here, S-shaped ribbon, and then we can do that again and drop that colour in as well. Tap when you are done. Now I'm just going to scale that down in uniform mode just a little bit, and then place it a little bit higher up and in the vertical centre. Again, you'll see that orange line running down the middle, and then you can tap your arrow when you're done. We are then going to create a new layer, and essentially we're just going to add some bullets that looks like they're coming off of the building, and we're going to do that in red. So we're going to go to our colour palette and choose this colour here. Let's go back to our brush pack, and I've got a bullet stamp here. I've got the size set to 63%. And we're just going to tap in some random places where they are shooting bullets from the buildings. And what you can do, if you go back to layer 5, you can actually add a layer mask here, and then make sure you've got black selected. Go to our S-shaped ribbon with rectangle and colour fill turned on, and you can actually select some aliens and delete them off. So it looks like they've been shot and destroyed by our bullets, and then tap when you're done. And as you can see again, I've missed that bit out, so you can just go in and select it again. And then let's go back to our bullets layer. And with that red colour selected and our bullets stamp, we can add some more bullets. And that is our illustration now complete. Thank you so much for following until the end. Really appreciate all the love and support, and a massive thank you again to Joel Create for inviting me on. It's been amazing. Please pop a follow over on IG and tag me in with your finished artwork. I would love to see them. I'll give you a shout out onto my stories. My IG link will be in the description below. And if you could smash the like button on this video and subscribe, that would be awesome. And until next time, stay safe. See you soon.